Hey, so usually I start these art show videos at the beginning of an art show, but this one I'm starting at the end of an art show. I just got done with the Montauk Art Show on the Green here in New York. It was a very eventful show this weekend, emotionally. If you saw my last video, you'll know why. Great show sales-wise overall, but one of the most eventful shows I've ever been a part of. It's all the way at the easternmost point in New York State, and my next show is in Denver, Colorado. I'm going to be exhibiting at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, which is widely regarded as one of the best art shows in the entire country. So I have about 1,900 miles to drive by Thursday morning, and the goal for tonight is just to get over the George Washington Bridge so I don't have to deal with the Cross Bronx Expressway tomorrow morning. So, made it to New Jersey last night, got a somewhat decent rest. I usually feel like garbage the Monday after an art show, and I call it like an art show hangover. Do any other artists get this? I don't know, I just wake up feeling worse than normal on a Monday after an art show, but today I feel actually pretty good. Here's the game plan for today. I'm in New Jersey. I have to get to Denver and set up for the Cherry Creek Arts Festival Thursday morning. That leaves me 3 days to get there. It's 1,800 miles away, which means that if I drive 600 miles for the next 3 days, I should make it there. But right now, to save time this morning, I'm gonna stop filming and get out of here. Pennsylvania, you're a very wide state, and I'm sick of driving through you. Okay, so stopping for the night now. I'm somewhere in the middle of Ohio. Let me show you what I'm doing for food to kind of save time here. I bought a whole bunch of healthy, vegan, dehydrated camping meals, just so I don't have to worry about trying to find a good healthy meal each day for lunch and dinner. I also bought a water boiler, like a little water kettle that plugs into the van. Got a whole bunch of vegan cup noodles, and these are freaking delicious. They're not super nutritious though, so I think tonight I'm gonna try the dal and rice with spinach meal. I finally made it to colorful Colorado. The last time I was in Colorado, I was 19 years old. That was 22 years ago, right after high school. Some of my best friends moved to Boulder, and I went out to visit them a few times and absolutely fell in love with Colorado and apparently never returned. This will be my first time exhibiting at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival. I was supposed to exhibit there last year. However, last year, right before the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, I bought a new van because my other van was wrecked in an accident. And on the way, driving out to Colorado, first show I'm taking this new van to, the engine totally crapped out and it needed to be completely replaced, thankfully through the warranty program at Ford. But that meant that I was unable to make it to the Arts Festival. I had applied to get into the Cherry Creek Arts Festival for, I think it was 15 years. Every year I applied, every year I was either rejected or waitlisted and just never made the cut until last year. And when my engine died last year, I was heartbroken to not be able to make it to Denver to do the art show. Thankfully, the people at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival were unbelievably gracious to me. They said, "Don't worry about it, we're sorry for what happened, and we're gonna roll your acceptance into the next year, get home safe." Even now, I'm just overwhelmed that they were so gracious in just allowing me to come back the next year like that. And then a few weeks later, open the mailbox up, there's a letter from the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, and inside was a check for half of my booth fee back. I did not expect a penny back from them, and I would not have been upset if they didn't send me anything back. I canceled like 2 days before setup. The fact that they sent me anything back was just unbelievably kind of them. So I am so excited so excited that the camera didn't break just there. So I am just so excited to about to be crossing the border into Colorado. Awesome to be here. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to the opening day here at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival in Denver. I am so excited to be here, so excited in fact that I changed my style for this show. I'm wearing this very loud party shirt. After all, it's a party today, it's 4th of July. So I thought this was a good day to debut my new Hawaiian shirt, and I think that maybe it suits my work quite well too, because I'm showing a lot of beachy stuff again. I do have work from all types of different climates, from the Arctic to the tropics, to the deserts, mountains and stuff, but I primarily show a lot of my beachy work because most of the art shows that I do are in coastal locations. This is the only show I'm doing all year that's not in a coastal location, and I did consider printing more of my mountain and Southwest and plains work, Americana work, and bringing large pieces like that to this show. However, I had two thoughts about that. Since this is the only show that I'm doing that's not a coastal location, if those pieces didn't sell, then I probably wouldn't show them in a lot of the locations where my other shows are. Also, because this show is in Denver near the mountains, I figured there might be a lot of other photographers and artists showing a lot of mountain and plains work, so there probably wouldn't be too many people showing coastal themed work. So I might stand out in that way. I did decide to hang some of my Norway photographs, which I don't typically show in coastal areas, so maybe that'll contribute a little bit more to the mountainy feel here if someone's looking for that. Now, I'm a little bit unsure about my outfit today. I'm not really one to wear very loud clothing. Usually at art shows I wear like a solid color button-up shirt. But I wanted to try something different, and as maybe you can tell from watching these videos, I don't exactly have a very good sense of style and fashion, so please roast me in the comments. Let me know how this outfit looks, if it's stupid and I look like an idiot, or if you like the way it looks. I have no sense of fashion. So does this work, or does it look stupid? I don't know. Let me know. In one of my videos, I mentioned how a lot of times at an art show in the afternoon, I get very slumpy and have like a drain of energy, and an artist suggested to me that even though I'm drinking water all day, I might be dehydrated, and recommended that I get something like electrolyte packs to add to my water. So I spent probably way too much time researching that, and I found these little flavored electrolyte packs called Drip Drop. I'll put a link to them in the description. They seemed to be the best balance between low in sugar and not an excessive amount of salt in them, but a good balance of vitamins and electrolytes. I've been adding them to my water for the past 2 shows, and they make a huge difference in my just mood and energy in the afternoons, and they taste pretty good too. So highly recommend them for staying hydrated during shows, especially up here in the mountains. Good Saturday morning, getting ready for day 2 here at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival. And as you can see, I'm doubling down on my Hawaiian shirt motif for the weekend. The hours for this show are like super long. Each day goes until 8 o'clock. And to add to that, last night I went to the Artist Awards dinner that they have for us here. And shout out to the Cherry Creek Arts Festival for having a vegan choice for food last night too. That's something that a lot of art shows overlook when they have their artist meals. So I never plan on it, but I always appreciate it. By the time I got back to my hotel last night, it was almost 10 o'clock. And then as an introverted person, I need some quiet solitude time just to wind down from the day and get ready to go to sleep. Lately, instead of scrolling on my phone, I've been trying to read at night. So I want to tell you about this book I've been reading, and this is not a sponsorship or anything. It's actually a book that I'm reading and enjoying. It's called Exit 48, and it's by an artist named Dale Rogers, who some of you may know. He was actually in one of my videos about 1.5 years ago, so you might know him from there, you may know him from other art shows. You've almost certainly seen some of his artwork in cities and on the side of the road. Dale makes these huge iron sculptures. His most popular one is of these big dogs with a bone in the middle. I met Dale like 15 years ago out at the Montauk Art Show, which is the show that I did last weekend, but I actually knew of him way before that, probably even before I was doing art shows at all, because My mom used to live in Maine, and I would drive up to visit her. And on the side of Interstate 495 on the way up through Massachusetts, there used to be this big, huge dog sculpture just on the side of the road, and I always took note of it, and that sculpture is one of Dale's sculptures. And this book starts off talking about that sculpture specifically, which was at exit 48 on the interstate. So anyway, the book, and I don't want to give away too much, and actually I'm not even finished with the book yet, and which is a little embarrassing because I think Dale gave me this book when he did my video. I'm not a big reader, so I never continued with it, even though it's a really easy read. It's an interesting story, even if you don't know Dale. It's about his life and overcoming a learning disability to become a very successful artist. And I think a lot of you would really enjoy reading it. So I'm going to put a link to where you can get his book. It's a good read, it's entertaining, and you support an art festival artist by purchasing the book. And Dale's just a really good, helpful, community-minded, friendly artist who I've always enjoyed being friends with. So go check out his book, support him, and enjoy it because it's a really good read. I definitely lose money with my YouTube channel because I have to pay for a subscription for my music and my editing programs and then the time spent with it. But YouTube did something really nice for me since I'm part of their partner program. They actually sent me a free meal at Chipotle that I can use, and since there's a Chipotle right across from my booth, I'm going to take advantage of that right now for lunch. This is also probably a good time to mention that when you like my videos with a little thumbs up and then you subscribe, that really helps out my channel here. So if you don't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Well, good Sunday morning. It is the final day of the Cherry Creek Arts Festival here in Denver, and I am in a surprisingly good and well-rested mood, especially considering the events of the past 10 days. I'm doing great. As you can see, I ran out of Hawaiian shirts, so I'm back to solid gray shirt today, but I've got my red shorts on at least. When I got here this morning, had a text from a lady who wants to come down and buy 3 pieces from me, but it's not a done deal yet, so I don't count that until I have the money in hand. So if that comes through, that can make a big difference. And I've got all day today, and usually the final day of an art show ends up being the best day. One of the things I love about doing these big national art shows like this, where I travel far from where I live, is getting to see artists from all over the country that I don't get to see that often. It's really nice to see them and check out the work that they have. It's always interesting to me because in addition to being an artist, I'm also an art lover, so I love to look at art, and especially artwork that my friends are making, and see what they're up to. And actually, I just got a text now. Let's see. Oh, cool. So it looks like the lady's going to come down and buy those pieces, but again, I don't count it until I have that money in my hand. It's a great way to start a day here at 8:30 in the morning before the show even opens. So I want to blow up Joe's spot here real quick. Maybe you remember Joe Hiltabidel from one of my other videos, but yesterday, every single person who walked by my booth yesterday had at least a print of Joe's work, and I love to see it because I love Joe. He's one of those people that I love seeing at art shows and I don't get to see very often, but it just seemed like every single person who walked by my booth or came into my booth had a piece of Joe's art, and some of the people who came in with Joe's work bought a piece from me also, so I love to know that my art is going to be living with my friend's art in Denver or wherever these people end up bringing them to.
What Evan doesn't know is with every purchase you get a 20% off coupon for Evan. Yeah. Grateful for all the support and the people who come in here and laugh and smile and tell me their stories and jokes, and I was overwhelmed with everything, and especially the people who were interested in Casa Bonita and told me their stories growing up. But yeah, this is the single best art show I have ever participated in, and I am so grateful and fortunate to do so.
Sick. I love hearing that, and I'm so jealous that Joe got to go to Casa Bonita. I didn't even think of making reservations, but this guy planned ahead, made reservations, so hopefully I'll get in next year. Hopefully Joe gets in next year, and we'll go to dinner at Casa Bonita, check out the cliff divers.
If I get accepted, I'm making a reservation for this guy too, so we'll all be in.
It's a deal. Yeah. It's a deal. Dinner's on me if we go.
Yeah, right.
Love to see you, bro.
Thank you. I sure
it.
appreciate you so much.
So this is Marianne. Marianne just stopped by here and brought me this little gift bag, a little vegan snack goodie bag, as a thank you for watching, because you watched and learned from these YouTube videos.
All of your videos. Yes, that's been so helpful. And I mean, even if you watch it like, you know, already, if you watch it a second, third time, you'll learn something new.
You just started doing art shows this year?
Yes, and I got all my tips from you, and my first show has been amazing. And I credit it all to like people who are so generous to share their information.
That's so awesome. Thank you for the gift bag. It's totally unnecessary, but I really appreciate it, especially that you definitely paid attention and brought vegan snacks. So that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank
Marianne.
you.
Thank you. I'll put a link to Marianne's social media and stuff in the description too, so check her out. She's so sweet. Thank you. How sweet is Marianne, guys? That's so nice. If you made it this far in the video, go write "Thank you, Marianne" in the comments. I would love to show some appreciation to her. Day is just about over here, and what a day it's turned out to be. What a weekend it's turned out to be. I really hope that I get to come back here next year. I am so happy and thankful to the Cherry Creek Arts Festival still for allowing me to be here this year after what happened to my van last year. That was really above and beyond they went for me. But I am so excited to get back on the road towards the East Coast. This is the only Colorado show that I'm doing this year. From here, I'm gonna drive to Baltimore, get on a plane, fly down to South Florida, and then my next show is in Delaware. In August, I'll fly back to Baltimore, pick up my van, go to my show in Delaware. But I really can't wait to get back on the road, going home. I miss Milo and Katie so much. This is the longest that I've been away from Milo since Milo has been Milo. By the time I get back home, I will have been gone for 15 days. I'm going to enjoy the ride home. I've got those snacks thanks to Marianne. Thanks again, Marianne. Really appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit longer than my typical videos. Thanks for watching, and safe travels, everyone.